Hello, good evening. Checking we are live. Hello, I'm waiting for my lovely friend Laura to join us from Lava Spirits. I'm sure she'll be here any moment. But hi, I was going to say for those who haven't met before, but I'm just on my feed. We're just on Sip and Share. I might as well pour myself a little gin. Ah, here she is. Here she is. She's here. Now, I can see and hear her. You can't. So let's do a little intro and let's see actually if we can pop on. Let's pop the Lava Spirits feed on here. Now she's here. There we go. We're going live. Hi, Angela. Good evening. I'm going to give Laura a moment to... God, she's glamorous. God, you lot can't see what I can see. Look at her. I've got my just taking the kids to gymnastics headband on. We all know how my hair gets attention on social media for no reason whatsoever. Good evening. Hi, Rachel. If you're on, folks, tell us what you're sipping. I'm going to pour a coffee orange. I've got my big glass. This is how I feel like this is the way it should be drunk. I don't know. I'm not a coffee orange gin expert. I don't know. Hi, Tina. There's people coming on to watch. Hi, Lava Spirits page. Right, let's let her in. Let's let her in. Now she's new. Be nice. Be nice to her. Look, she's a bit posh, right? So she's not like you. She's not like me. You are. I can see you laughing. She's a bit posh. She's let us in our page. Everyone, behave yourselves, okay? You are. Hi. How are you, lovely?
How are you, Kate?
I am good. I have just got back from a new gymnastics club. I wasn't the one doing the cartwheels. I was sat in the car on Instagram. that's what I was doing. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Laura, welcome to your first Sip and Share interview. That sounds like it's a thing. Making it sound bigger than it is. That's all. So, pleasure. What have you got in your glass? Cheers.
I have a coffee Negroni. Hang on, I can't.
Oh, I know it. The image. It drives everybody crazy. This, what you're used to.
It's kind of back front, isn't it?
I know. It's like coffee Negroni. See, that in my book makes you. That's hardcore. What's in it? Talk us through what's in your glass.
Well, I did do the classic one that I've got on the serve that I've got on my website, which is equal parts of Campari, Vermouth, and coffee gin.
That's hardcore. I look at that and think it is hardcore. I was introduced to a Negroni by one of my lovely friends, Ben from HMS Spirits, live on an interview. He sent me a pre-mixed one, which I actually really enjoyed, but it's one of those drinks that I think I enjoy it in the moment and then don't like the mental, when the thought of it, I'm like, I don't know about this. And then it's actually all right, but I drink it, I just quite like it. So you are obviously, you like your bitter, do you like your bitter flavours?
I do like the bitter flavours, yeah. I'm not really a sweet person, no, not at all. I don't
I'm sure you are a sweet person. My interactions with you, you're very much a sweet person, but maybe not in your taste profile.
No, definitely. No, I'm definitely a bitter person.
So by the way, I announced the winner of the competition. Sorry, Facebook.
I saw that. Congratulations
to the chap on Instagram. He's an Instagrammer.
Yeah. It
Sorry.
was the gin and tonic, the gin traveling tonic.
That'll do. The gin and tonic to my travel or something like that.
Something like that. Traveling gin and tonic.
These lot won't care because they'll just be going, oh, for God's sake. Instagram. Sorry, team. So Laura, tell us about Lava Spirits, how all this came about and how long it takes to put these wax lids on.
It takes quite a long time to
do. I know. Tell us a bit about Lava Spirits then, where this has all come from.
I don't know if you saw the post that I did a while ago on the waxing, like behind the scenes, and I had to speed up the video because it was just taking far too long.
I look at this lid and I like the creative inside me goes, oh, I love it. I love how like I feel like we've got a before and after scene here. And I'm like, oh, I love how like arty it is around the edge. And then as a gin drinker, I have the classic that every gin drinker has, and they go, I love the look of it. I've got to get into you. I'm impatient. I want my drink. Oh, aren't you pretty and arty? I want a drink. So yeah, Angela has asked a question. Here we go. We've got a question.
Oh, we've got questions. Okay.
Bloody Jeremy Paxman. Why is it called lava? Tell us about lava.
Oh, well, I did reveal that back. I did the small gin September. That was one of the questions, and it has got nothing to do with volcanoes or lava, molten lava at all. It's just that when I did my very first prototype and this crazy idea came into my head about blending coffee with gin, as you know, if anybody's read the story, I started out in my kitchen blending. So I just when I had this crazy idea, the very first prototype, I did try it out with Lavazza coffee. So it was kind of a nod to the big brand, kind of like started the journey. But I've since, there's no Lavazza in it at all, So
when was this crazy idea born, as you call it a crazy idea? When was it born?
It was about 18 months ago to 2 years now, yeah. So I'd started off playing around with gin liqueurs, doing fruit gin liqueurs with fruits that were all foraged locally to me in my village here in Essex. And they went down really well with everybody. And then I was in a period of my life where I needed to, get a balance, and I'd just left the city and hadn't decided what direction my life was going to take, really, work-wise. And so anyway, I was messing around with these liqueurs. I think the first one I did was a slow gin, actually, because we have loads of slows here. And that went down really, really well. And so when I decided, okay, this might be a business venture here, I thought, but I haven't got enough fruits to last me the whole year to go into production, because there's only so many fruits you can pick. Or I'd have to send an army out picking fruits. And there's also a limited window when you can actually forage fresh fruits. So I thought, okay, well, if I'm going to do kind of start a gin journey and go on this journey, I have to come up with a flavour that, I can produce on a larger scale, and I can produce it all year round. So yeah, that's when the crazy idea of coffee came to my head, and just thought, I just wonder what it tastes like. I really, really love coffee, and I'd spent 15 years in Italy and was, really into all that Italian coffee culture.
Yeah.
And I love my espressos. I'm really, really good espressos. And I just thought, well, I wonder what it does taste like. And it turned out it tasted really bloody good.
So when I mean, you kind of just casually said, I left the city, I was thinking about what to do when I was going to start my gin journey, because most distillers, they maybe got another job on the side, or not on the side, they've got a job, right? And then they start compounding, and they get a mini still, they start playing with the mini still and go through that route. But I like how you really early on thought about scalability. You know, the business person
Yeah,
inside me is thinking about scalability
yeah.
and sustainability. And you were basically, Laura, thinking, I don't want to get like my fingers stung with nettles every day. I don't want to be like long gloves. You don't look like a lady that's going to wear. I can't see you. Yeah, I can't see it. I think you look, and from what I know of you, much more in the coffee drinking sort of space than you
Yeah,
are covered in blackberries in a bush.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. I do love that too, though. I do love that, but it's not so. It's something that I would love for a week or two, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, I've got enough slows for what I need now. I'm going to go off and do something else. So yeah,
So
yeah, definitely.
which comes first, the love of gin or the love of coffee?
Um, I think the love of gin, really. All my life. I mean, I was drinking gin. Oh, probably before you were born, Kate. Yeah. I mean, I was introduced to gin when I was about, I don't know, late teens. You know, when you first go out starting to drink. And I wasn't into any of the other spirits. It's always been gin all the way for me,
Right.
right through my life. And in fact, I only ever drink all my life. I've only ever drunk red wine with meals and gin. That's it. Just gin all the way. There's
Right.
nothing else
Okay.
I drink at all on an alcoholic front.
And so
So
what's your go-to gin then when it's not, because this coffee gin is a pretty niche gin. It's a growing
it
market,
is,
you know, the gin market is growing anyway,
yeah,
but certainly I'm hearing more and more about coffee gins. Um what's your, I mean, you're drinking a Negroni, right? So what's your
oh it,
go-to gin when you have a gin and is it a gin and tonic? Is it a cocktail?
yeah,
Do you default to
yeah.
coffee gin anyway?
Yeah, it generally is a gin and tonic. And through my life, I've kind of gone through all the brands. And then, I mean, there weren't that many brands around when and there certainly weren't the small batch distillers that there are today. I
That's
mean,
like
there's,
time that you look at Angela's.
it was like when I started drinking gin, it was Gordon's or Beefeater, London, and that was about it. That's all you could get in the pub.
Yeah.
So it was kind of Gordon's all the way for most of my life. And then I think maybe about in my late 20s, like the Bombay Sapphire started to become fashionable and the Tanqueray, but there wasn't the array that there is now. And my go-tos at the moment, so you asked me what my go-tos
Yeah.
are, and they do change. I love Brockman's. I really love Brockman's. And since I've been on this gin journey, I've obviously gone to loads of events and trade fairs and done all the gin festivals, especially before we were in lockdown that year. I just did nothing else but do distillery tours
Yeah.
and, really research gin quite heavily. And so, yeah, it does change. I do love Brockman's. Recently, I really, really like The Botanist. So The Botanist is a bit of my go-to at the moment. Yeah, but that will probably change in the next few weeks or months or whatever. And
If you
it
like,
can be a bit seasonal, if you
yeah.
fancy something spice. I generally kind of go on those kind of spicy botanicals. I'm not really into any of the sweet gins or pink gin or anything
Right.
like that. So yeah, I generally kind of go down that very dry, very spicy route. I
I mean,
love some of the
you definitely need to join the membership.
Duck and Crutch. I love Duck and Crutch when I can afford to buy their gin.
I've not had
Um,
a crutch.
Haven't you? No, it's very good. And Tapa's gin I really like as well. Is another
Yeah.
boutique gin that I really like. Yeah.
So if you like a Brockman's, you should try Rascal de Rascal Original Gin. It's a bit like, it's got a bit like a Brockman's, but it's a bit for me it's a bit deeper in its flavour. Brockman's, the Rascal Gin made by the chap that used to work for Tinker up in Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You basically need to join the membership. Just follow this journey.
And I get samples. Nobody sends me samples because I'm a producer.
well, let's sort that out. I think we need to get you in on the whole gin swap movement.
Yeah,
and in the membership malarkey. So there's a question here. Oh, there it is. So Tia has said, I'm not a coffee lover. What serve of your gin would you suggest for me to try?
Actually, maybe a long serve. If you're not a real coffee lover and you don't want to do a cocktail like an espresso martini, which is very heavy on the coffee, I don't know. I think maybe a long serve, either with a ginger beer, a Fever Tree ginger beer, or an aromatic or a Mediterranean tonic. It's really good. Just keeping it really cool.
Good suggestions. I echo those. I had it with the aromatic tonic on Saturday. In fact, it off my Saturday. It was great. It was kind of like this. It was like the warmth of the coffee and then the spiciness from the aromatic tonic. It was really good. And then, so Louisa has said, can I ask how you chose Arabica? Is Arabica the right pronunciation as well? That's a question from me.
Yes, Arabica is the right pronunciation, yes. And, well, really, there's only Arabica or Robusto beans to choose from. And I'm just an Arabica lover. I just love Arabica coffee. And I think that's from my Italian experience as well. They're very into Arabica rather than the Robusto. But it's you know, it's like gin palate. It's down to your personal palate, what you prefer. And at the end of the day, I needed to produce something that I loved. Actually, I wasn't very bothered about whether anyone else liked it. Initially, it was like, I need to produce something that I really love, and then if everybody else loves it, then that's great, you know, then, you know, let's share the love. But yeah, I needed to put something out there that I really loved. And at the time when I was looking at coffees and everything, Ethiopian coffee, I know, had become very popular with the coffee connoisseurs here in the UK, but it's not one of my favorite beans, the Ethiopian. So I went for an Arabica, which was purely South American. It does come from two sources, not just a single source, but these roasters have kind of got it down to a fine art, the guys that I found to roast it for me, because it is all in the roasting as well with the coffee. It's not just about the bean. I think I've said that before, you know, a roaster that's maybe not quite so good could actually ruin a great bean in the roasting. And vice versa, you know, a great roaster can really bring out the sweetness and flavour of the bean, you know, with his artisan talents of roasting, really.
I love how, so there's a few things about this conversation that I love. One, I've never spoken about coffee beans in my life, and yet I'm sat here going, yeah. Two,
I've been on a gin journey. I've been on a coffee journey and a gin journey.
I know. The two is the phrase you used, I'm an Arabica lover, which I feel is an album cover of a Bob Marley album. I'm an Arabica lover, or some sort of dodgy Channel 5 documentary title. For those that don't know, we're talking about coffee. It's some very strange title. And also the I guess, like the skill in the making the gin, you've got the equivalent skill in roasting the coffee, and you know the coffee connoisseurs, like you said. So you've put those two things together. It kind of doubles your workload in a way.
Yes, it does. Although they they kind of take care of that for me. I don't, I'm not a roaster, but and I'd never get involved in it. But yeah, it is a totally artisan profession,
Yeah.
coffee
There's a lot of money
roasting.
in coffee. That's not going to be new to anyone, is there? Starbucks caught onto that 30 odd years ago. So Louisa said, is it roasted locally to you? Is it roasted in the UK? Do you know?
Yes, it is. It's roasted in Essex here. So even though I did look for roasters far and wide, I ended up getting some, although they are quite away from me. They're the other side of Essex from where I am. But yeah, they're UK based, and
I think we can call that local. I think it's in Essex. Let's go go with local.
They are pretty local. Yeah.
So I don't know if we've not really chatted about this, but you kindly sent these. Oh, we need to chat about the silver bean competition. So you sent these.
Yeah.
But what you also sent over was, and I can't remember the numbers, so I'm going to say a load of minis. Now, so first of all, massive respect as well with my marketing head on for the minis being a mini me, the minis being a mini bottle. I really like that, even down to the wax lids. So I sent some of these to some of my gin ambassador friends, some of my members in my group, and we did a thing of 5 different ways to use Lava Spirits coffee, and one of them. That was the challenge.
Straw in it.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, because that was Louisa. That is typical Louisa all over. So that was
I even swig it directly from the bottle. I don't even the straw.
There's no judgment here. Well, there's maybe a bit, but not enough, not much. So it was 5 ways you can use Lava Spirits coffee, and this is something that I mentioned to you. We had a chat, didn't we, last week or week before last week? And then I text you. I think we were finished the conversation. And I sent you several messages with other ideas and things we could do. Sorry about that. So one lady made a tiramisu and used it in tiramisu. Like the best
thing that right at the beginning, because I do a traditional tiramisu myself, and I soak the biscuits. If anyone knows a tiramisu recipe, you generally soak the biscuits in coffee, but I soak mine in less coffee and a lot of gin. A lot of coffee gin. Yeah, and it's really good.
We've had it over vanilla ice cream as well.
Yeah.
Which tiramisu is my favourite dessert ever. Find me, I mean, not that the gin's not amazing, but find me something that doesn't taste good over vanilla ice cream. That's a challenge, I think, anyway. That's vanilla ice cream, right? But we've had it made into a Irish coffee as well.
Yeah.
Irish coffee. I drank it neat because I'm really lazy. And one lady drank it. Rachel drank it with ginger beer. Ginger beer. Even made the cocktail from your website. She thinks she was. She's still proud of herself with like the little skewer and the wheel and the ginger. And I was like, "Was that posh?"
Really? Did she? Yeah. Oh, I'd like to see that.
We went for it. So we've put some of these on our blog. And I'm going to put the rest on as well, because I thought if we're going to get these minis, then they can work for it. Laura, they are desperate for gin, these lot. They absolutely love it. They'll do anything. They'll make a bloody tiramisu. See, Rachel's proud of herself. I was proud of you, Rach, especially she had to drag her kids around Asda to go and find cocktail straws. She said it cost her 2 Kinder eggs just to go and get the cocktail straws to do the little cocktail sticks, to do the little stick things. So no one can say we're not committed at this end.
That's very good. I'm glad to hear it.
So tell us a bit about these cute little button bean things. What's going on there?
Yes. Yes, this is something that, I mean, we just had coffee week last week, and at the end of coffee week, I thought, okay, I'm going to introduce an offer, and I thought, and I had these beans. So I thought, okay, I'm going to tag them onto 1 in 5 bottles, and then, yeah, exactly. And so every 5th bottle we sell through our website will get a free 35 cl bottle of lava spirits,
Nice.
whichever flavor you want. Yeah.
So when is that running until?
Until the beans run out, really. I think it'll probably take me up until Christmas, maybe. I do have quite a lot of beans.
I love how like you just mentioned these silver beans like they were a really casual thing. Like, oh, I've just got some silver beans.
No, well, the thing was I when I was looking at my branding and bottle design and things like that, when I was looking at the neckties, it was like an arty crafty thing that I was looking at to possibly use. But then I decided that no, it was a bit too much if I start, because the bottle is quite fancy with the top and it's got the design label. And I just thought it would just make the bottle look a bit too fussy. But actually, with just one that I've done now, it does actually look quite cute, quite good.
I think it looks really nice. I don't think the marketeer in me says nice balance. It's not too much.
Yeah.
So we've got the coffee bean thing going on. What?
Yeah.
I mean, can I say what's next for Lava Spirits?
Well, really, I just want to get myself, kind of well established and out there. And obviously launching a business in the middle of, launching any business in the middle of a pandemic is...
Launching any business, full stop, is dead hard, which people don't understand. Especially during a pandemic, yeah.
But hey, I do crazy things. So so I invented the stuff. So let's get it out there. And so at the moment, I'm just trying to get it out there, and let people know about it. Everybody is loving it at the moment. So that's really, really good.
Yeah.
Next thing, once I am established, hopefully next year, I am looking at possibly doing expanding the range, maybe.
Ooh.
This
is my generic. Like, I don't ever want to tie a business owner down to like, and what is coming next? Like, I've had it, it's great, let's move on. What's good? I don't want to do that.
Well, I am thinking about doing a slightly stronger coffee punch to it, but I might just do a limited edition of that. But like a real kind of like espresso kind of thing, something.
This is the face of somebody that understands what you're saying. If you were talking about Navy strength gin, because I get that analogy. Yeah. Is this kind of a coffee equivalent of a Navy strength gin?
Yeah, a stronger coffee, and maybe even a stronger on the gin, a stronger ABV as well.
I've got that kind of excited and scared combination. I mean, these are all over that.
Possibly another flavor combination as well. Yeah, because when I was in prototype, there were a couple of other flavors that I looked at that were also really good, which I don't want to reveal at the moment.
Oh, damn it! All right then. Wait, and I'm always really conscious of
let's get this off the ground, and then maybe
let's get some traction and some more sales of love.
Coffee and something else, maybe.
So we're going to do an offer, and I'm going to need to message you actually about it, for either the duo set or maybe the single set, maybe a single one, something in the membership lot for all these gin desperados in that gang. And Let me see. Oh, Taya saying, Taya, I can send you this. Taya, you can have this one and try it. I will send this to you, my darling friend. One of our new members in the membership, you can certainly have it, my lovely. So yeah, I'm always really conscious of speaking to new business owners like me, and saying, so what's next? And then kind of almost tying them down to a flavor profile. And it has happened before where they've messaged me afterwards and gone, I'm not sure whether I can deliver that in the next 3 months. I'm like, do not fear. It's okay.
No.
On the homepage of Google, no one is holding us.
Fine. There are some ideas in the pipeline, but that's all I'm prepared to say right now.
Keep it stum. Keep it stum. So we've got the beans that's going on until the beans run out. And actually, let's hope the beans run out really quickly. We want to get those beans out of there. We want to get this.
So I need to sell more gin so that I can get through the beans.
Yeah, we don't want to be surrounded by silver beans. I mean, that's another Channel 5 documentary in itself. I am a Arabic lover, and woman obsessed.
Actually, the beans are quite versatile because as they're on that suede thing, they look really good as a friendship bracelet, actually. Or if you can do earrings, if you're feeling quite crafty. Yeah, you see.
Yeah, I don't know whether, I mean, you're saying yes to that, Laura, but I feel that a lot of people would be saying no.
No.
I don't have any mates.
Maybe jewelry is not my strong point. I should stick to gin.
It's probably your strong point. I think the question is, it's definitely not mine. Do you know what? The best thing for me to do with this is to pass this to my 8-year-old and say, what would you do with it?
Follow it.
Yeah, she's 8. She's not 2. She's all right. She's all right. And say, what would you do with this? And she will have it woven into a plait in her hair. It will be. I mean, I'll be a choker. Do you remember the chokers? Oh look! Oh hello. Do you remember the chokers in like 98? That actually looked quite good.
Yeah, it does.
You said yeah. Like no.
I don't know. No.
I'd need a clasp at the back because that's quite tight.
Don't I, basically?
I'm sure. Look, hey, wouldn't that be an amazing competition? The most creative, a bit dangerous actually, the most creative thing you can do with a silver bean. Silver bean, keep it clean. There you go. There you go. Right. Anyway, on that note, we'll get this offer sorted for members during November and December maybe. Let's do some sort of fun cocktail thing soon. I feel a bit like I need to go into the world of coffee gin a bit more. I'm a bit safe. I'm a bit on the edge.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah, I thought you might say that. Coffee gin brand.
It's innovative and it's forward. Whatever they say. What's the marketing term?
I'll take that. Innovative, forward, progressive, agile. Progressive. You see, we've got all the keywords. We know what we're doing. Right. On that note, half an hour later, 150 ml of orange gin.
I'm sorry.
Never ever end on an apology, especially when there's nothing to apologize for. Don't do.
Everybody here has enjoyed my gin. That's the main thing.
That's the most important thing. Well, it's also it's equally important that they buy it.
It is.
Enjoy it.
They buy it.
Enjoy it.
They buy it from me directly from my website.
Always we want to buy it directly. Yes, we do. Rachel is saying, look, lots of love, Rachel. Really enjoyed your gin. And look, that's a nice, wholesome comment because Rachel's got a family there, so she looks all wholesome and real. It's a nice family shot, Rach. Right, let's let everybody get back to their Wednesday night. I'll go and sort the out. Laura, it was very nice to speak to you. You stay there. We will. It's my pleasure. We will say goodbye to everybody else. Goodbye, you crazy gin drinking lot. We will see you all very soon. Bye.
Evening, everybody.
Enjoy the Negroni. Bye, everyone.